Hello, everyone, and welcome to Full Tremaine Extra Time headquarters. We are back with our usually Monday show. Duke's just pissing about with his computer. He's been in and out like a yo-yo, so we thought me and Steve would make an executive decision to start without him. Steve, how are you?
Um, I'm good, thanks, mate. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
nice day. I haven't done a lot, so and
yeah.
we do have a couple of guests tonight, don't we? We have Chris the Hobbit coming on in a minute, and I think Budgie about what was it half eight
Half eight.
something.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going out with it tonight. Chris is actually in the chat first, so he's going to be
Uh,
obviously joining us with a minute.
yeah,
How was your Monday, mate? All right.
yeah. Well, I played golf. Well, I say played. I walked around the course and made a complete twit of myself today. It was awful.
Most important question is, did you go in the water?
No, I didn't actually.
Wait, that's an achievement in itself. I think when you don't go in the water, I think I think you deserve a point for just not going in the water, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And of course, James is home, so we're just sort of lounging around and not doing a lot really. And the rest of the
Part
week, I'm
part 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 timer. He's only been gone a couple of months already, and he's having a week off already.
yeah, reading week. Then he's back for a month. Then because he's got projects to do, he'll be coming home mid December, and he'll be home for about 8 weeks. Then he'll go back
I
end
hope
of
you're
May.
charging him. I hope you're charging him rent when he's there. He's more than a lodger, isn't he?
No, he lives here free. You know, I tell,
Oh.
I tell you what, he'd had a couple of. I picked him up last night, and he'd been to see friends in Nottingham and been out late a couple of nights.
Oh God,
And
dude, uni's definitely took over already, isn't it?
oh yeah, he didn't look at his best, shall we say? So all he's done is eat and sleep since he's been home, and that's fine. That's what home's for, isn't it? When you're a student.
Oh, most definitely, mate. Most definitely. Uh, Duke's in the background. Said he'll be back in 2 minutes, so we'll just
Okay.
carry on. Like we said. So what I thought we'll do, mate, is obviously rumours circulating. Obviously, talk shy at it again, saying that Moyes' job isn't in danger, but it is in danger if he doesn't perform anymore. Is it a smokescreen? Do you reckon his job is actually in danger now? I know we briefly talked about it on the show yesterday, but has anything changed since yesterday for you?
Uh, I don't. I don't think his job is in great danger. I think they'll go with him till the end of the year.
Yeah,
Um, we'll go from there. And I know people are up in arms about this. He might get moved upstairs, you know, but he's got an awful lot of experience and a lot of know-how. Okay, it
yeah.
might not be tactically brilliant anymore on the pitch, but that wealth of knowledge of how football works and the ins and outs of it, I don't think that would be a bad move personally.
No, no, no. I agree, mate. Like it's a very um, it's a tough job. Like the average Premier League manager, I think, has gone down to like 18 months or something.
Yeah. What
Uh,
What's really
don't
annoying me? What
Duke,
what
don't put. Sorry, don't put that comment up. Steve don't want to know. He's watching the game after, so don't put that comment up.
Yeah. Um
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I think the thing that is really annoying me from the fan base is just the abuse Moyes is getting.
Yeah,
Personal abuse. Come on, guys. I mean, it's a game of football. The guy's doing his best. He's won us a trophy.
yeah.
It might not be what you want, but don't get personal. Don't get nasty about
No,
it. And some
no.
of it is absolutely vile. I heard one thing yesterday, and I thought, good grief. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
give the
No,
guy.
it's tough from that side of it, and I'm gonna bring this man here on the screen. Think what I find a bit more frustrating is what I've heard, and it proves that they do it to what you want to. Apparently, Alvarez, Caduce, and well, I know Ward Prowse was already a target, Now they're coming out to try and twist it that Tim Steidten hasn't done his job yet. So apparently we've already had eyes on Kudus and Alvarez, and it's like, well, you're saying one thing that he's done a wonderful thing of getting them here, and now all of a sudden people from, I won't mention the name of it, saying that Steiden's done nothing yet. You can't win either way.
Well, I've heard it the other way. You see that Alvarez,
Exactly. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Alvarez, Kudus, and Mavropanos were identified. Steiden got them in. Maybe not so much Alvarez, because that was Nobes allegedly. But who knows what the truth is? I cannot see, though, we would have got that quality of player if Mr. Steiden hadn't been involved.
Yeah.
Because he had to sell them the project.
Right, so this is a first. So we've got our first guest ever on this Formula One Extra Time headquarters, and Chris is in the background. Hey, Chris, how you doing, mate?
Hey, Chris.
I'm all good, thank you.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on, my friend. Obviously, you and I know each other quite well, but I'm very grateful for you coming on tonight to give your considered thoughts on West Ham.
Yeah,
It's
definitely. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Chris, with regards to Steiden? Do you reckon he's involved as much as what people are trying to make out now?
Oh yeah, massively. I think he's definitely the right hand man of Sullivan. So,
yeah.
Go on. Yeah, go on, Chris. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, yeah. I mean, I think that he's got a massive role to play. I think it's going to get bigger throughout the year as well. I think we'll really see him at full power once he's got his own manager in.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Duke, what do you reckon of that, mate? The mixed stories now saying that Steiden's not done as much as what he has done, and I reckon it's just, to be honest, I'm gonna say it out loud. I reckon it's the in the knows are not getting the in the know information, and they're just making stories to get hits. That's my personal opinion on it.
I personally think it's a load of bollocks, mate. If people don't mind my language, there are. Listen, we all know that the ITKs are not. There's only probably one that I really trust, and Andy, you and I both agree on that one. The rest, I give very little credence to. Obviously, I have my own guy that I talk to on a semi-regular basis when he comes into the pub, so I kind of get a little bit of information from him. But other than that, other than the guy that we both agree on, there is no one else I really listen to. With regards to Steiden not doing his job, I personally think that's a load of tosh. We know that Nobes was the one that first brought, I believe it was Alvarez, to the table. We know that. We've heard that story time and time again. And Steiden took it on board. And as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I'm aware, Steiden went to watch Alvarez. Steiden saw Kudus. That's how it goes. I don't think we need to worry about anything else on that. I certainly don't think we need to worry about, no, not happy, the other Hammerette.
Sorry, Miss Hammerette.
And then, and as Chris, I completely agree with you, mate. Until Steiden actually gets the guy in that he wants, be that, well, look, we know he went and got Alonso with Leverkusen. We know that, but we also know that Leverkusen have just tied him down to a slightly bigger contract and slightly longer, a bit more money involved. So we all know that Sullivan doesn't pay out to get managers out of contracts. We know this. This is why when we've done videos.
Do you know who I reckon we're going to get? And I'm just going to put it out here, and people might go, "You're living in dreamland." Yeah, is Eddie Howe? I can't see him lasting to the end of the season. I reckon Newcastle, if they plummet, I reckon we could nick him. I really do. I know Newcastle are doing well. I know they've got them results, but as soon as if they pull away from their European top four space, I reckon they'll sack him. I reckon they'll be brutal.
What
I
do you
really
reckon,
do.
Chris? Who do you reckon will get?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I actually think Johnny Heitinga has been brought in for some reason.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Yeah,
I
I'm not.
think he's there on Moyes' behest. I do. I've always thought he's there on Moyes' behest because they work together. I don't think he's there for. I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that Moyes didn't get, or we lost quite a few coaches over the last 18 months, and I think that's a Moyes signing, if you will. So I'm not going to read too much into Whitinger.
What about Potter?
See, I'd take Potter all day.
Yeah, so would I. I think Potter's quality.
I would. Chris, you?
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely got something to prove.
See, that's my case on it. And we know he's a project manager. Look at what he did. Look at what he did with a good scouting network behind him at Brighton. Brighton were an absolute bunch of fuckers to play against, especially for us. It's not like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I see. If I had to, as it stands now, knowing that the club don't buy out contracts of other managers from elsewhere, Potter would be ideal of the managers that are out of contract. Andy, I know what you're saying about Eddie Howe. I just don't see them being that brutal.
Well, even let's just say that they relieve Moyes of his duties the end of the summer. This is like before then. They could sack him at the end of the season if they don't achieve what they wanted to do. So I'm not saying they'll sack him like if they could sack him at the end of the season and go for that more. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Emery goes there. If Villa they like the way. Do you know what I mean? Something like that could happen. And I know we've been nicked with him in the past. I can't see still happening. Carrick, yeah, he's doing a good job at Middlesbrough, but Premier League is a different kettle of fish, and I think
they're top of the league, aren't they? In Bundesliga,
Yeah.
or they were at the weekend. Leverkusen were top of the league, so I mean that ain't too much of a. It ain't too far of a shout, I don't think, to go and get him to come in and do a job.
Well, you say that though. I mean, James and I were debating this last night, and I said, "Oh, we could get Alonso." He said, "No." He said that ship sailed. He'll wait and hold on for something like the Real Madrid job now. He's proved himself, and I think that could be the case.
I don't think, if I'm honest, I don't think that job will be available to him for some time yet. And just because he's won 9 of 10, I don't think he's played any of the big boys yet in the Bundesliga. So I wouldn't say he's proved his point yet, because Germany is only a 2-horse race. If he comes to the Premier League, he comes to West Ham, he does 2 years. You got to bear in mind, he's still only a young manager. What is he, 40?
Yes, not old.
Let's have a look. I think he's still only quite a young coach. 41. Yeah, so he's only 41. So he does. Let's say we go the end of the year, we get him for 2, maybe 3 years. The Premier League is more competitive than the Bundesliga. At the moment, you've got 4 teams in the Bundesliga that are going at it. Stuttgart are up there with Bayern and Dortmund. I think, in my opinion, I think we could get him, give him a few years with us, more competitive league. I think we could catapult him.
It'd be nice. It would be nice. See, the thing is, I'm thinking as well. You get a new manager in. Are we going to have Paqueta after the end of this season? Not sure.
Can't see no reason why not, if we do well enough.
Are we going to have Kudus? Probably, I would suggest.
Same answer.
Yeah. But that all depends on how we perform this season. And look, I don't want to get into this let's bash Moyes. He's done a lot for us. And I was saying to Andy off air, I'm actually, or I don't know whether it was actually on air, I'm actually quite sick about some of the verbal abuse Moyes is
Yeah,
getting.
yeah, yeah.
It's just unacceptable. So I don't want to bash Moyes. As I've said before, I think his time has come to an end. He's done a fantastic job for us. 6th, 7th trophy. You know, what more did we want? But like all these things, it evolves and you need somebody to take it on. But what, I've forgotten what point I was going to make now. This is the trouble with age. The thing is, I'm going to back Moyes while he's our manager. I'm not going to go, oh, he's awful, this, that, and the other. No, he's not performing at the moment. But the players have got to take some responsibility as well. You know, if they get on that pitch, they've got to put some effort in.
What about you, Chris? Oh, sorry, Steve. I thought you finished.
No,
Sorry,
you
mate.
carry on. No, I'm just rambling.
Well, I think he's gone stale now. I wanted to see him gone last season. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's a lovely bloke, but I just don't think his tactics are up to date. You know, they're very sort of 90s type tactics. I just don't think he's there for modern football, really.
All we need is Kevin Campbell and Duncan Ferguson, and then we'll definitely be 90s football. And who was that? No, was that nutter midfield player? Oh, Gravison, wasn't it? Do you remember the Denmark nutter? And like Hibbert and all them. All we need is to bring them back.
You laugh, but I'm worried. We don't need that. Chris, anything you want to bring to the table while you're here, my man?
Do you want to talk about anything in particular?
Oh no, I mean it's all Moyes in my head at the moment. I'm very, very frustrated with the way we're playing. Yeah, I do think some of the players have got to take the blame, but I think mostly the issues are man management.
Yeah,
I don't think you can motivate them. You know, you've got big arrogant personalities now in footballers, and I think maybe either Moyes is too nice, or he just doesn't know how to deal with them. You know.
Do you think Stuart Pearce is the big influence? Him gone? Why we're leaking in these goals? Why we've sort of the attitude's changed? I think I was at an event, E13 events, when he was there on the Psycho night, and so I've got some stories about Martin Allen, but I won't bore everyone. But like, you had them sort of characters, but I think he's the big influence why we're leaking goals all of a sudden. I think the players just think they can play like Man City, pass the ball around and hope for it. I think we don't really kick the ball out of play no more, do we? We try and just play it on the floor. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you reckon Moyes has been told we need to play this football, or do you reckon it's because all the Pearce has gone as well?
I think it's a bit of everything, really. I certainly think that Stuart Pearce was a bit of an intimidating character, so he probably kept the players a bit more in line. They probably listened to him a bit more as well, you know. Very, very successful footballer. I don't particularly think Moyes was a very successful professional footballer, so I'm sure that makes a big difference to him.
Yeah. I don't know about Pearce, but I do know this much. At the weekend, we were a shambles at the back. We really were. I mean, the first goal, someone's got a call to let it go out of play. Mavropanos' own goal. If Zuma had been there, Zuma would have put his head through it and it would have gone into Rose Ed or wherever, you know. And considering it's something Moyes is well known for, being solid at the back, we weren't. And we haven't been for a while.
Not since Dawson.
No.
Do you know what I would do? Do you know what I would do though? You're gonna probably. I know Heitinen was a defender. I would bring Teddy Sheringham back or Dean Ashton, someone striker coach, so they can flipping finish. Do you remember when Carlton Cole went on that ridiculous run? I think it was when Zola was in charge, wasn't it? Because Teddy Sheringham was in like 1 or
Yeah.
2 days a week. You've got to bring someone like old school who knows how to defend as well. Do you know what I mean? Someone
What
like
happened with the whole Di Canio thing? Did that fall by the wayside?
I think it's in the pipeline. I still think that'll probably happen. But I think it's to do with his commitments for Sky Italy, and they only wanted him like
Right,
2 days a
yeah,
week.
And
So it's like if he's going backwards and forwards, I suppose they could probably come to some sort of arrangement.
God, what was it? When he was in charge of, who was it? Sunderland. He was described as management by Grenade, wasn't it? And that's the sort of character I think Paolo is. I mean, we all love him, brilliant player, but he's not going to let him get away with anything.
but I think that's what we need.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
Well, you can imagine a training session with Paqueta and Paolo Di Canio doing a finishing drill, can't you? Yeah, on either side.
Blimey.
Someone to
Yeah.
get snapped.
But maybe chuck Yossi Benayoun or somebody in there as well on their team. You wouldn't get the ball off him, would you?
No. I mean,
I do miss them players. I say I do miss them players, but we've got this next generation of those players. You've got the likes of Paqueta, Kudus. We've got those players back, and people might disagree with that comment of Kudus, Di Canio, Benayoun, Paqueta, that kind. All right, slightly better, but they're still flair players. Excuse me. So it is for me. It's we've got that next generation. I do agree with what Billy says there about modern players not being able to keep up with Di Canio. I think someone would end up with high hospital bills. I think if we allow him to come.
He would definitely push over Michael Oliver, wouldn't he? If he was.
He would have done some damage to someone.
But when I look at our team at the moment, it's one of the best West Ham teams I've seen assembled.
For a while, yeah, I would say. I'd definitely say for a while. I wouldn't say what like in general, but I think that there's a case to be had that this team would run its chances against all the others.
Yeah,
it would definitely be up there alongside some of the best we've had. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, the one player I would love in this team is Freddie Canute. I think you'd thrive in this team.
Mate, there'd be goals flying in left, right, and centre.
He's got the height. He was one of my favourite players. This is probably going to cool. Even when he was at Spurs, when he was smashing it at Spurs, I was just like, I couldn't keep my eyes off. I hated it when he went there, but what a player! What a player he was as well.
Oh, mate, he'd be having a field day in this team.
I tell you what, the player I'd have in this team, and it goes back quite a way. Unsurprisingly, it's not Brooklyn. I'd have Devonshire. Devonshire.
You go back quite a way though, Steve, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I saw Alan Devonshire's own debut, mate. So yeah, I am old, but no, I'd have Devonshire in that side. He'd be brilliant.
Yeah,
he really was something else. That bloke.
I think Kudus and Bowen would definitely be running in behind with Artson up front as well. Like what Billy Bob just said there. Yeah. Can you imagine that?
I'll take your Hartson and I'll raise him, Bill. I'll go with Dean Ashton.
Yeah. Chris, who would you have going back in the past?
Oh, I mean, well, I was always a massive Di Canio fan, so
yeah.
But then I got friends that are Swindon Town fans, and while he was a manager there, he did some ructions. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I would say Hartson's a really good one. Hartson, he was, he could pretty much play with anyone. He was a great character.
Yeah, apart
from Bogovic.
I tell you what, Hartson and Kitson up front. I'll take that.
Oh, mate, that was a banging combination.
It was. Harry did very well there.
Between them and Julian Dix, I remember the 4-3 against Spurs.
Yeah.
It was a good night, that was.
Who was the player on the wing? Hughes at the time, wasn't
Michael
it?
Hughes.
Michael Hughes, yeah. He was very underrated, very underappreciated by West Ham fans, I think.
Mate, I think we've had a few of them. I mean, I'll take you Michael Hughes and I'll give you Skippy. I think Skippy was massively underrated by West
Ham. Goal at Newcastle. Look, we're throwing back like hammer time, which is coming back, people.
It's coming back.
Coming back.
No, tell you what, I've up front, Pot Rodson, best striker I've seen at West Ham.
I tell you what, I've got a signed picture somewhere behind me.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, I've watched him play in the 70s. Was he good? I mean, he really could finish that bloke.
I'll tell you what.
Go with David Cross, screw it, because I'll tell you what. When we interviewed that man on the channel, right, and his exact words were, "You'd go in and try and hurt the keeper. You'd go in, you'd probably get hurt, but you wouldn't want to show him that you'd got hurt. You'd have to get up, and you could be in agony, but you didn't show them you were hurt. You get up, and you wanted to let them know you were there. Say, stick your foot in. We need some of that now. We need some of that."
Oh, yeah. It wasn't that a brilliant interview. Wasn't he a funny bloke?
One of the best, I've got to say. I'm going to definitely try and get him back.
Yeah, lovely guy.
Yeah. Another one as well, what they've said as well. Matty Holmes as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Matty Holmes.
Yeah,
Team player. Who was the other one?
I like Trevor Sinclair. I thought he was brilliant on the wing.
Yeah.
Great player. Great. But I'll tell you what, we've had quite a Keith Rowland. He's another good player.
Tell you what, I'd like Alvin Martin at central defence at the moment.
Mate, I reckon he can still do a job now.
I mean,
no, definitely.
He's huge, isn't he, Alvin Martin?
He's definitely special.
Yeah, but I think Chris is right. We haven't looked as good since Dawson's gone.
You ready, Budge? You ready?
Oh, Budgie's going to join us.
We're going to have all five. Let's do it.
Why not? Why not?
He's not waving back to me though. Can he not hear me?
Bring him in.
You ready? Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hello. I'm ready.
Oh, cool. Right, are you ready for some stuff? What I've first of all, Bud. Sorry, how are you, mate? You good?
Oh, here we are. We're in. I'm very well, thank you.
You well?
You all right? Yeah.
Good to see you, my man. Thank you for joining us. Right, Andy's got some bits for us. So, Andy, fire away.
Sorry, Billy Bob's just mentioned one as well. Very unfortunate player, Jack Collinson as well.
Oh, yeah.
Another player.
Right, so I've done our next. I thought we'll just do a bit of trivia. Everyone in the chat as well. I know it's easier said than done. I know a lot of people might just go for 6, but I just wanted to bring out our next 6 games potentially. Some of them are winnable, some of them are not. But I thought we'll just analyse them and see how we think they'll go. So we're going to start off with obviously Thursday night. We host Olympiacos in the Europa League. Obviously, they've done us over the week before. Do you reckon Moyes has learnt his... We'll start with you, Duke. Do you reckon Moyes has learnt his lesson and will hopefully get the job done?
Well, listen, he's got to go back to Arsenal, mate. He's got to go back to the Arsenal setup, the way we played against Arsenal in the Cup. We've discussed it, the high pressing. You know, I was on Budgie's channel over on Green Street Elites the other night, and I turned around and said to Budgie, and I think we've all discussed it as well on ours, that we got to stop this this zonal marking, but our zones or our boxes only start like 10 yards inside the opposition half. We've got to be pressing higher up the pitch. If we can do that, then we can play anyone off the park. We proved that against Arsenal the other night. We stopped doing it against Brentford, and look what happened. So as far as I'm concerned, if we've learned our lesson and we go back to the high press, yes, we can beat Olympiacos, and I think we can come away with that with a 3-1 win.
Mhm.
Steve?
We should beat them. I mean, I've said this a lot this season against some of the teams. We should win this. It all depends which West Ham team turn up. Do the West Ham team turn up that want to play like we did against Arsenal, or do the West Ham team turn up who look timid like they were against Brentford? You know, and that's what makes it so hard to call. If we turn up, we win 2-0. If we don't turn up, we could get beat. That's my view.
Very good point. Budgie, sorry, I moved you down to the bottom, Steve, because when I put comments up, we couldn't see Budgie. So, Budgie, sorry, mate, you're next.
We don't, you
I'm
don't
just
need to see me, mate. You don't need to be seeing me. To be fair, Olympiacos, we should have gone out there and we should have won that first leg. But having said that, we didn't. So we need a performance this week. We need a performance like the one that we saw at Arsenal, against Arsenal. You're right there, Duke. And to be fair, I think Moyes needs to learn by his own mistakes and lead by his own example, if you know what I mean. He'll do something, he'll change something around and then completely forget about that the following game. He can't be doing that. It was a successful lineup, it was a successful tactical approach, the formation was right, and to be fair, Olympiacos are nowhere near as good as Arsenal were, or are, I should say. Even the team that they put out last week was a better team than Olympiacos could put out with a full set of fit players. I'm sorry, but it's true.
I agree.
And we need to go out there and we need to be convincing. I mean, if we haven't won by 3 clear goals, then there's definitely something wrong there, you know, especially at home.
Chris?
Yeah, I think we're going to win. Moyes looked really, really sort of perplexed at the end of the last game, so I think he's out for revenge now. Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a really close one, though. I do think it's going to be like a maybe 2-1 to us.
Yeah, no, I think it depends. Like we're going to do a preview, so I'm not going to spoil it too much. But I would love Mubama to start in this team.
Not going to happen, yeah, Andy.
I'm just saying it. That's what I would love. Or if he's going to be on the bench, just leaving's just looking rot as far as I'm concerned. We've done our rant yesterday, but that would be my ideal situation. That would be my ideal situation. Let's have a look here. We'll start with. Look at this, mate. Like, if I would never thought that Forest would be so close to us after their fantastic win yesterday, obviously against Villa. Their momentum will be flying. They've got a good striker. I can never pronounce his name properly, so I'm not even going to try.
His name is Jeff.
But no, I think he's a great player. The fact that Chris Wood was on the, hopefully he's not fully back because he loves a goal against us as well. But how do you see this one going, mate? Briefly.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. This has got a scary moment written all over it. I'm not being funny. We got absolutely turned over by Villa, and we got turned over by Villa, and they embarrassed Villa. To be fair, I thought that they were really good.
Yeah.
So I actually worry for Moyes in this game. But the simple fact is that if he doesn't if he doesn't get something, that's going to be 6 Premier League games on the trot without a win, and
That's a lot.
in this day and age, that creates a big thing. You know, I was saying the other day that I don't see how managers can go those sort of numbers without finding themselves out of a job. So
Yeah.
it'd be very interesting just to see, you know, how he comes out. If he can come out fighting as such, and then we're, you know, but I think Villa are really going to get, Forest are going to really cause us some issues in that game, and it does worry me slightly.
Yeah.
That-
Budgie?
That's a great point, Joke. I agree with that 100%. The trouble is, West Ham aren't like most other teams in the Premiership, where we've got ownership that will tolerate being done up the back end for months and months and months and not realise they're being done up the back end until it's too late. And that's the problem that we've got. We need a more decisive ownership. I mean, without that, we're going to be in this position year after year, competition after competition, season after season. We're going to be in this same position where guys like us are discussing whether we can go further, whether we need to change management. This is going to happen until the management, not the management, but the ownership catch up with the modern way of thinking. At the moment, they're still in the 1800s. Sorry, but that's how I see it.
No, you've got a point, mate. I'm not going to say you haven't.
Chris?
Well,
Yeah.
Biden turns that round.
Me for the Forest game, I think we're going to get spanked. I do. I don't know what it is. I've seen Forest play about 2 or 3 times now, and they're really coming together now. Yeah, I just think it's going to be an embarrassment for us.
Yeah.
That's a worry, isn't it?
Steve?
I'm going 2-1 Forest. I don't think we'll get anything. And I hate to say that because we've got a team that should absolutely spank Forest off the park. But I can't see us not conceding 2 goals. And with Antonio up front, I can't see us scoring more than 1.
Yeah.
In fact, I can actually see Antonio getting in the way of other people to stop them scoring. So, you know, I've got to go 2-1 Forest on that. I hope I'm wrong.
I'm going to go.
Going for a scoreline.
I'm going to. I think this is going to be a 1-0 scrap, but I think we might just have enough to get it done, and I reckon it might be a Kudus or Bowen or Paqueta magic. I reckon this will be. Do you remember a few years ago when we went to Everton away and Souček scored like in the 94th minute or whatever it was? I reckon it's going to be that sort of game, and it could even be Forest getting the
type of game.
Yeah. So, what about you, Budgie? Did you say the storyline, mate? Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't actually, but I think West Ham will probably end up getting, as you say, a narrow win, 2-1, 1-0, 3-2. But there's going to be goals in the game, so probably 2-1. I would go with a 2-1 for West Ham. Just.
Cool. I won't bore everyone with the full international fixtures for everyone, but there's an international break, and then we do the fantastic trip up north, about 5 hours to Turf Moor to face Vincent Kompany's side, who have lost all 6 games at home. Welcome, West Ham United. Take it away, Duke.
3-1 Burnley. Neil Maupay hadn't scored in about 12 years, and he goes and scores against us. Take the piss, but you know what I mean. I'm not. Again, it really does come down to Moyes Heitinger, Steiden, whoever's got the bollocks to tell Moyes he's in the wrong, whether anyone's got, you know, the cojones to stand there and go, "Nah, Gaffer, you got it wrong," you know, or the, you know, the likes of Steiden, if the rumours are to be believed, you know, enough of your bullshit, David. We're playing this way. It just comes down to that. I mean, with the squad we've got the players that are capable of knocking these guys off the park. 4-0,
Yeah.
5-0. We've got the players that are capable of knocking Forest off the park. 4-0, 5-0. Same again against Olympiacos. We could score 15 goals in our next three fixtures, right? But we've also got the manager that we could concede 12 and not score any.
Mm.
It really just does come down to me. I mean, listen, if we play, I'll come back to it. If we play like we did against Arsenal with the formation, the lineup, the tactical setup, we did against Arsenal. We beat these 3-0 at Turf Moor.
Yeah.
Dodgy?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's right. If we attack the game in the same kind of vein that we have done with the likes of Arsenal, Brighton, Chelsea, these games that we've won convincingly, then it doesn't matter. Like Duke said on my channel the other day, it doesn't matter about who's on the pitch and where they are on the pitch, as long as the output from that player that's in that position is 100%, then we should get a result, because we've got a squad capable. We've actually got a squad capable of a top 6 position. I believe that, and I would say that probably 80% of West Ham fans believe that.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have a negative manager, and I do agree that Moyes has come to a peak with West Ham. I don't think there's much more of a height that he can reach with us, but the team is capable of so much more. You know, like, we've got players that are capable of getting us to Champions League qualification. We've got that kind of player in our squad. Whether it gets used is another matter. I mean, we all saw the pictures of David Moyes being very disappointed when the players he didn't want to play beat Arsenal. We saw all of that, you know. Or was that just me?
No, you're right, mate. You're right. Yeah. What's the scoreline, mate? Sorry, what were you going for?
Well, I got a funny feeling that's going to be 2-2.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Chris, mate?
Oh, it's a difficult one. Yeah, my heart says it's going to be a 3-1 to us, but we're coming off of the back of a international. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not.
The
We're always
third
quite
one of
sluggish
the
after
season.
internationals. Sorry.
The third international break of the season,
Yeah.
and I believe we're going to have played 11 games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
we're so sluggish coming off the back of the international. So I'm going to go with my head, which is a 2-2.
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah. What we should get and what we will get, I think, are going to be two very different things. I'm going 1-0 because I can't. It's so frustrating because we should be able to turn up there. And look, every team has a bad day. I think Villa did against Forest, to be honest.
Yep.
But we should be going up there. We should be beating Forest. We should be beating Burnley. You know, Burnley should be trembling in their boots at the thought of us coming up. And they're probably looking at it thinking, we can nick something out of this. So we should beat them 3-0, but I think it will be 1-0.
Well,
I'm gonna I'm going to go for a scrappy. I'm going to go for a scrappy 1-0 to West Ham again. I reckon this one will be scrappy. This is not going to be very pretty football to watch. It's, you know what? I'm going to be positive. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Bowen counter-attack goal. I think it'll be 1-0. I don't think it'll be exciting, to be perfectly honest.
I don't think it needs to be at this point.
No. But that's the problem. If it is the 6-game rule, just say he loses to Forest. This is exactly like Everton. This is exactly like, was it Aston Villa the season before when it was us versus Gerrard who gets the sack? You know what will happen? We'll lose 5 and then win this one, and he keeps his job. But apparently it's a 6-game rule. You just know that could potentially happen as well. Then we move on to another Europa League game. Well, look at this stadium, though. We've only got 800 fans allowed to go to this one. It's a nice little stadium, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. I mean,
It's like Crawley Town.
I was going to say, mate, it looks like a school at the other end. That's his classrooms.
Like I said, it looks like Crawley Town.
It amazes me. Absolutely amazes me. Listen,
Obviously, if we get the results what we want, Olympiacos, and we get this, we're pretty much top the group and we're through. I think even if we beat it's not now because Olympiacos got that win. So if we get these 2 results, we're through with a game to spare. So hopefully we can get the job done.
that's the key.
Yeah.
That's the massive key right now. Is going out and getting the job done. I rate our chances. I do. I don't care what anyone says. I think we get the result against Olympiacos on Wednesday, even a draw. We go here, we pick this up, and then we've got Freiburg at home.
The last game, yeah.
The last game before, obviously, then the winter bullshit that we have to run with. I think a draw and a win in the 2 games, we are clear. Happy. Stop talking about the Spurs game. Steve's going to go watch it afterwards.
Well, no, he can't see the comment. He can't see the comment anyway, so I'm not going to put it up. So, but
Both teams are shit, and it's 12-all, Steve.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Both managers and goalkeepers have been sent off as well. Madison's in goal for Tottenham, and Sterling's in goal for Chelsea.
Actually, that's probably Sterling's best position, mate.
And the fourth official had a yellow card.
I'm going to give you a 4-1 victory to West Ham.
Nice.
Wow.
Do you reckon he'll play a couple of the youngsters, or do you reckon he'll go strong to get the job done?
If we beat Olympiacos, I can see a couple of youngsters being out there, to be fair. But then if we beat Olympiacos and beat these, I can see the youngsters at the London Stadium as well.
Yeah. Budgie, mate?
I can't see the youngsters being played unless we're 100% certain of progressing into the next stage. Can't see it.
Score prediction?
Who, me?
Yeah.
2-1 West Ham.
Chris?
Me, I think we're going to spank them. I'm thinking probably 4-0. Have we had a clean sheet yet this season?
Yeah, we have had one.
Oh, we have had one. Yeah, I think, another clean sheet. Yeah, 4-0.
Yeah. Dave?
3-0 for me. I think even if we play poorly, we're still a much better team than them. So I would think 3-0 is a reasonable expectation on this one.
I'm going for a Danny Ings hat trick 3-0 win.
Right. No, hang on, boys. Sorry.
Come on, chaps. Look, they've got home advantage.
Let me get rid of him.
They've
He's
got
not
home advantage. They're going to get a goal. They're going to get a goal. I guarantee it.
Andy, no more of that bollocks. All right.
If that comes in, I've got to back it even for a quid. If he's starting, I've got to do it now. I've said it because that might.
Yeah, God.
I'll go 50p with you, Andy.
We'll have a whip round.
that's
just
it.
got a couple.
25p.
Happy's going for 3-1 Olympiacos, and she was there with the Forest game the one before. We'll only see the youngsters in January. That's what Mr. Singleton's saying. Imagine the odds on that. I know. And that's it. Just another couple of comments. Couple of days later, we have the trip Palace at home. Oh yeah, I think. I think. Can I start on this one? I'm going for a 1-0 Palace win. We never beat Palace. So we never beat Palace. We never beat Palace.
Oh, he's opened the cut up. He's opened it up.
Like we are 3-1 Palace. Like we can do 3-1 West Ham.
Budgie?
I'm going for a 0-0 draw.
Oh, sorry. This is just our next 6 games. Sorry, Happy. This is just the headquarters show, so we just make it up as we go along. Well, I made it up earlier, just to do our next 6 games of how we reckon
There's
we're going
not
to
that
go.
much planning, Andy. I don't know how you can claim that.
Tell her to stop bloody interfering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was on about. They were on about being a moderator, so she better be quiet before we won't make her one.
yeah.
Someone's
Palace would be moderator for the channel.
No, sorry, Duke. What did you say for your result?
I said if we play like we can, 3-1 West Ham. If we play like we do, 3-1 Palace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we sing this
I'm
song?
going for a 0-0 draw.
Oh,
Palace.
Palace. Oh. Oh, I hate that ground. Their ground is such a shithole. I actually hate it. Like when you have to go down, you have to walk in your own piss when you go down the spiral for the fucking toilet. It's disgusting. Like spiral
Stop
stairs.
pissing on the stairs.
Well, no, I'm pissing on the terrace as it's going down. I'm joking.
I got enough shit on the pitch. That's all right.
Go on, Budgie. What did you say? What your prediction, mate? Sorry.
I think it's going to be a 0-0 draw.
Okay, mate.
Yeah.
Go on, Chris, mate.
Oh, it's a difficult one. I really have no idea. It depends on which West Ham show up and which Palace show up because they've both been very up and down all season. So yeah, I'm going to sit on the fence on this one and say a 1-1.
There was 5 of them. Happy. We had 5 predictions for that. How am I about it?
Go back and watch it.
Yeah, I was just saying I can't remember.
Later.
Go on, Steve, mate.
0-0 one with with Budgie on this. I think it's going to be a really dull game.
All right, I won't go then.
Steve's made his point. Cheers, Steve.
Well, then I won't see you there then.
And the most important game of the season. It's been moved to a Thursday night.
At the Tottenham Stadium, yeah?
Yeah,
Can I
quarter past 8 kick off live on Amazon. You can take it away.
I
mate.
am going to go with we can win this 1-0. We can lose it 5-0. It really does. And I keep coming back to it. And I know it's a bit of a piss take and all the rest of it. And, can have a laugh and a joke with it. But it really does come back to how we play. If we play like we played against Spurs, we pin them in, we cause all sorts of fucking problems, then we're in a great place. But then on the flip side to it, it's more if we don't and we allow them to, then we're going to get battered.
Yeah.
So prediction.
For me, 1-0 West Ham or 4-0 Spurs.
What Happy said.
Yeah.
Budgie.
If Kudos starts, 3-2 to West Ham. If he doesn't start, 4-1 to Tottenham.
Okay.
Chris.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I can't see any result apart from Spurs winning. So I'll say 3-2 to Spurs.
Steve.
We always get up for Spurs. 2-0 West Ham.
Like the positive. I do like the positive.
Like that. I do like that.
I'm gonna go for a boring 0-0. I think I don't know. I just, do you know, when everyone gives it all the hype that it's going to be a really good game, and then but I'll take a draw. If someone offered me a draw now, I think it'd be the same as everyone.
You'd take a damn scrib 1-0, wouldn't you? You take it.
Yeah. No, I fancy us to win that.
I'll tell you what, just to please Happy, a Mavropanos super goal on the 90th minute for a 3-3 draw.
And he whips his top off. That'd cheer her
Yeah.
up. She's a right Randy so-and-so.
Duke knows where I'm at.
Right old Randy so-and-so she is.
Brilliant.
She's going through this. Is she? No. Shh. Love you,
Wolves
Happy.
Wolves going for a 2-1. And God, what have you started? She's not going to sleep tonight now.
I'll run downstairs to get the wet floor side. Hang on.
You know what, gents?
Not for children. Not suitable for children.
I've really enjoyed that. It's just like you said, it's been nice not to just. I think these Mondays, I think that's what we should probably do, Chris. If you want to come on, Budget, I think just having a general chit chat, bringing back memories and stuff like that, it's better than just. I know we do the predictions and stuff like that. I think it's been nice, just mixing it up. Everyone in the chat
Can I
as well.
give a massive shout out to someone?
Go on.
You don't have
Can I
to
give a shout out to someone?
I'm sat here, mate. You ain't
I want to give a massive shout out to the goal of the season, Mohamed Kudus.
Yeah.
If that's not goal of the season, I'll close my channel.
Oh, easy, son. Easy. We're only 11 games in.
Oh, Happy saying that she didn't get and her notifications are on. That's a bit weird. Maybe YouTube have got an issue.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. Either that or it's
I
just
told her
that,
so she's no fucking excuse.
Yeah.
Happy should come on one of these streams, you know.
No, people will be scared.
No, I've had struggles with YouTube notifications myself.
Steve, have you met Happy?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah.
Poor old Happy. She'd have get some sticks.
I tell you what, when I first met her, I knew it was her. She looks like Norman Bates dressed up in his mother's clothing. I just
fell off my rocking chair.
Yeah, she does.
No,
you, Happy.
oh, mate. Oh, Jesus.
She knows I love her. I'll tell you what, I've got to avoid seeing her when I go to the stadium now because I've got a feeling if she manages to find a chair to stand on, she might give me a slap round the knees.
Oh, fuck it. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Anyway. Anyway, Chris, thanks for coming on, mate. I've really enjoyed your input as well, and you're more than welcome to come on any time. I really appreciate
no
it.
worries, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Chris.
And
Budgie?
to your granddad up in the other corner, it's been lovely to see you as well tonight, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, top stuff, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the invitation on, and Comedy Central over from the old top left. Nice one, Duke.
It's been my pleasure. Andy, Steve, I'm pleased you boys have been with me. Well, I believe we're making some inroads with this channel now. As I said the other day, you two gentlemen have joined us as well, everyone in the chat. Once we hit the international break after Sunday, we are going to be looking.
We could potentially do 2 because 2
We
weeks.
We could. You put your knickers back on, right? Hold yourself down a bit. We are looking. We are looking to bring you a couple of episodes of Hammer Time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The first one that we're going to do, just to get back into the swing of things, will just be me, Andy, and Steve. But Chris, what we'll do, and same with Budgie, once, because he's fucked off. Like, it's not like it's live. You wouldn't get this on Blue Peter, would you? But what we'll do is, once we get 1 or maybe even 2 out of the way, just so we can get back into the swing of things, we'll invite a couple of people on, one guest every episode, and we'll talk about your memories of the season. I mean, Chris, looking at your face on screen, you're probably about 22, 23, so you probably won't remember too much of the early 2000 seasons, yeah?
I'm actually 46, so
Yeah.
You
Duke
what?
needs glasses.
46.
Jesus Christ, I've had a hard life. He looks better than me. Look at it. Jesus wept. He's older than me by a year, and he looks about 22 years younger than me. What? This is the stress of running 2 YouTube channels. That's what this is.
Yeah, and a big shout out that she just said it. Peach, we miss you every day, mate. I know you're watching down on us, laughing at us. So yeah, think of every day, Peach.
Our man Peach. Yeah.
Can I just ask something? Happy, what are you up to? Why are you seeing Wolf in a minute? What? Excuse me? Is there something going on there? Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Unless
I say.
If there's another channel, I'm going to have to go over there and cause havoc in the chat. Just because I can.
Where? Where are we going?
I don't know. Happy's
Where are we going, Duke?
Look, Happy's meeting Wolf. She says, "Catch
in
you
the woods." If you go down to the
I ain't
woods.
having that.
Happy's putting on her Red Riding costume.
I ain't having that. I ain't checked him out yet.
And Wolf's going into the woods to eat her. That's a whole different story. Let's not go down that road.
Oh no!
You fucking reprobate.
Oh no!
We will all. I'll tell you what. If anyone's got nothing to do in the next half hour, an hour, jump on over to what is Stell's channel?
West Ham Voice.
West Ham Voice. Jump over on West Ham Voice.
West Ham Voice, yeah.
On YouTube. We'll all go over there. We'll cause havoc in his fucking chat. Let's go. Bollocks, why not? Let's go have some fun. Let's go wind him up. I think I might. I'm in that mood. I was going to watch.
Oh no, not again.
Let's all talk about Michael Ballack's son. Michael Ballack's son. Loads of.
What?
Loads of Ballacks.
Loads of Ballacks. He's got total Ballacks. Yeah.
Wow.
I've had him on it twice. Don't worry.
Oh, there you go. Right, well, I'm going to go and eat my dinner. Thanks to everyone in the chat.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again next week.
Are you closing us out, Andy, or do you want me to button press?
No. You can do it, mate.
You sure?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for joining us. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you haven't, still press like anyway. We don't care. If you haven't subscribed to this channel,
even if you hit the thumbs down, it helps.
No. No. You
No.
do that over on another channel. You do that over on another channel that's got massive in it. But if you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, go over to West Ham, Thoughts from Iron, West Ham United. Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you'll know when we do stuff. Apart from that, because you don't get notifications. To be fair,
Can ring my bell.
she's only
Ring
got
my
a mini
bell.
phone.
If you start
Abby's
speaking
only got a
every
mini
day-
phone, but it's like a tablet to her because she's so.
What, like this?
Look, you're supposed to be finishing
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
stream. Come on,
Hello.
shut up.
Enough of this bullshit, boys and girls. I love you all, and I shall see you all on another day.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Come on, your hands.
Good on,
Yo,
come on your irons.
Thank you, Jesus.
go on, you guys.